Are you thinking about buying a new construction home in 2022? Well, in this week's video, I'm going to share with you the good, the bad, the ugly, the pros and cons of buying a new construction home, and we're getting started right now. Boom! Hey everybody, it's David, your favorite realtor. As always, it's another beautiful day right here in Northern Virginia. If it's your first time here at my channel, please consider subscribing because every week I release videos what it's like to live, work, play, pros and cons, top neighborhoods, cost of living, basically everything that you need to know about living right here in Northern Virginia. So I've personally helped so many clients over the years purchase new construction homes. And I even did a video back in 2020 on the pros and cons of buying a new construction home. However, I am now personally buying a new construction home, so I'm seeing it from a completely different lens, and I'm noticing there's actually a lot more pros and a lot more cons than I ever realized. Now let's dive into the pros of buying a new construction home, and the first one is going to be, obviously, it is going to be a brand new home. There's nothing like a brand new home when you walk in. You're going to have the latest design, the latest floor plans. There's a huge difference between a house built in 2022 and like 1995. Another thing with it being brand new is basically you have a lot less maintenance because you're moving into a house where everything's brand new. Your windows are new, your roof is new, your water heater's new, your HVAC system's new. So you don't have to worry about moving in and replacing your roof 2 years later. In fact, you probably have a higher probability of selling your home and moving before having to make any major repairs. And this is one of the main reasons my wife and I decided to actually move forward with a new construction home, because we would look at resale properties and there was always something wrong or something had to be fixed or updated, whether it needed a new roof, new appliances, new flooring, new windows. There was just something wrong with basically every single resale property we saw. So this is kind of one of the main reasons why we decided to move forward with the new construction home. Now the next pro is customization. So if you get into a community early enough, you get to pick a lot of your designs. You can pick some structural options, which is awesome. So for example, we were able to pick our flooring. Did we want real hardwood floor, or did we want luxury vinyl plank, or did we want engineered hardwood? Get to pick your countertops. Do you want quartz countertops? Do you want granite countertops? Then you get to pick your cabinets. Do you want white cabinets, gray cabinets, soft close cabinets? So you get to pick all the designs of the house, which is actually pretty exciting. And sometimes you get to pick structural options. I'll use me for example. My wife and I, we added an office in the main level and we added a rooftop terrace. Now you do want to be careful with some of these structural options that you do pick, because you always got to think long-term resale value. Like I use my community for example. They were charging a $27,000 premium for the end unit. Now I love an end unit. You get extra windows, one less neighbor, and trust me, I would love to have an end unit, but I know paying that $27,000 premium would not have been worth it in terms of resale, because when it comes to townhomes, end unit versus interior, it's probably usually a $10,000 delta, not $27,000. So keep that in mind when you're picking your structural options. And hands down, one of the most exciting parts of the process of buying a new construction home is going to the design studio and picking out all the goodies. In fact, check out this video right here. I kind of go through my whole personal experience going to the design studio. Now, the next pro to buying a new construction home is you can potentially walk into instant equity. Now, timing will be key to potentially walking into instant equity. Use my wife and I as an example. So with our new construction that we're buying, we got in the first phase of the development. And at the time, the base price was $580,000. Now, 5 months later, it's $50,000 more than what we paid. And yes, we're extremely grateful that we're walking into instant equity, but the flip side easily could have happened. We could have bought at the last phase of the development and paid way more than everybody else. So keep that in mind when you're shopping for new construction homes and what stage they are in the development. Now for the next pro is no bidding wars. If you know anything about the housing market and you're buying a resale property, 9 homes out of 10 will be 4, 5, 6, 10 offers. The best part about new construction is, or one of the best parts is, you're not competing with other buyers. It's kind of a first come, first serve. Now I do want to say this, at least that's the way it is here in Northern Virginia. I have heard other parts of the country where they actually do bidding wars for lots for new construction, but I'm yet to see that here in Northern Virginia. Now I will say this, if there's like a new hot development, it can be hard to get that appointment, but once you get in, it is literally first come, first serve for that new construction property. And I can definitely tell you this, you will love not having to go through the bidding wars. It gets extremely emotional, especially when you lose 1, 2, 3, 4 offers and you almost feel like you're never going to get a house. But with the new construction, you just don't have to worry about the bidding wars, which you're going to absolutely love. And if you're even thinking about buying a new construction home in Northern Virginia, reach out to me, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I got your back. Or if you're looking for a new construction in another part of the country and you want a referral for a rock star agent, reach out to me as well. I got your back. Now let's dive into the cons. And just like anything else in life, there's going to be some cons. And hands down, the biggest con of buying a new construction home is it is expensive. Buying a new construction home, you're always going to pay top dollar compared to a resale property. It's like buying a car. You can pay a lot more for a 2022 car compared to like a 2012 car. Obviously, the 2022 car has the latest design, the latest tech. So it's the same when you're buying a new construction. You're always going to pay a premium. In fact, the home I'm buying is going to be, the final price is going to be $665,000. Now, at the time when I went under contract, September of last year, they're selling very similar homes in Ashburn for about $620,000, $630,000. So that's basically almost a $35,000, $40,000 premium that I'm paying just for the right to buy a new construction home. Another thing to watch out for with new construction homes, you'll see, you're going like Zillow or Redfins of the world, and you'll see the base price, $499, $599. That is not the price at all. That's just the price to get you in the door. But you have to pick your designs. You have to pick your options. I mean, in theory, you can get a house just at the base, the bare bones minimum, but it'll literally look like a house from like 1990. So again, I use myself as an example. The base price of what we bought was $580,000. Our final sales price is $665,000. So we spent $85,000 in options. And builders, they will nickel and dime you when it comes to design studio options. I've seen some builders where the garage door opener is not even standard. So if you don't buy the garage door opener, you have to open the garage door by hand. What is this, like the 1960s? Also, some other expenses you got to keep in mind is a lot of new construction communities, they may not come with like a certain appliances like washer, dryer, or fridge. So that's something you have to buy after the fact, so keep that in mind. Also, new construction homes, they don't come with blinds. So right out the gate, if you have like 15, 20 windows, that's gonna be another $2,000, $3,000 just to add blinds after you move in. So another sneaky cost that you gotta watch out for with new construction, at least here in Virginia, you have something called grantor's tax, which is a transfer tax that all sellers pay. Basically, they gotta pay the county. The county's gotta get their piece of the action. It's usually anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000, depending on the sales price of the home. However, with new construction, they make you, the buyer, pay it. So that's an extra $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 that you're gonna have to pay for your closing costs on that home. Now, it may be different in other parts of the country, but I'm noticing that here in Northern Virginia, that cost is on you, the buyer. Now, the next con is there's basically zero room for negotiations. Maybe 5, 6 years ago, that was a different story, but here in 2022, the price you see, that's the price it is, or it may even be more. The reason is there's a line at that door, because if you don't want that house or you try to negotiate, get $10,000 off, they're gonna say, get out of here. There's 10 other people who want to sit in that chair right now and buy this house. So that part is kind of a bummer, especially if you love negotiating, getting the best price possible. Unfortunately, in our current market with new construction, there's basically no room for negotiations. Now, another con with buying a new construction home is a lot of these builders, they're requiring extremely high deposits, also known as earnest money deposit. I see a lot of them are asking 5, 15, 20% down, and that money stays in their escrow account. I'll use me again as an example. Our final sales price is $665,000, and we had to give our builder about a $45,000 earnest money deposit. So that's a lot of money to sit in their escrow account until closing, because our escrow time period is gonna be about 6 months. And that goes into another con is the builder contract, which is 100% one-sided in favor of the builder. Basically, as a buyer, you have basically no protections, no ways to get out of the contract. So let's say, for example, I don't want to buy this house anymore. I could potentially lose my $45,000 earnest money deposit. Be very careful. Just know that you're in a right financial situation to be able to move forward with a house, because the last thing you want to do is lose $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000. In fact, I'll tell you a horror story about losing your deposit. This is way before I got into real estate. It's probably like 2011, 2012. A friend of mine, he was under contract to buy a single family home here in Brambleton, Virginia, and he had left a $100,000 earnest money deposit. About 30 days before closing, something happened. He just couldn't buy the house anymore. I don't want to get into reasons why, but he lost $100,000. like that. Can you imagine you're getting close to closing and you don't want the house anymore and you just lose 100 grand? So that's what you gotta watch out for. Like I said, those contracts are very one-sided in favor of the builder. The next con is gonna be timing. Sometimes the timing can be one of the toughest parts of buying a new construction home. So let's say you need a house in 30 days, which is the typical escrow period for a resale home. But the new construction home you want, they're not gonna be ready for a year. Well, guess what? That new construction may not be the best fit for you, so you just may have to buy a resale property. Or another bad thing with the timing is it's a long escrow period. Right now, I've been in escrow almost 6 months now, and it's an extremely long time to be under contract. I want my house yesterday, so that's kind of tricky. Another part that's tricky is, let's say you have to sell your house or rent out your current house before buying the new construction. Now, timing gets tricky because you don't know exactly when your new home is going to deliver. And another part with timing, which I see a lot, especially now in 2022 with supply chain issues, is delay on receiving your house. I've seen so many delays happen. I've had clients, they're expecting their house in September, they don't get it to November. So that part is a bummer. You just really can't control the timing. The timing kind of is what it is. Yes, there's definitely cons to buying a new construction home. However, the pros vastly outweigh the cons. And if you find a new construction community that checks every box that you're looking for, and you're in the right financial spot and the timing is perfect for you, then I say 100% go for the new construction home. And if you want to learn more about new construction homes, especially right here in Northern Virginia, check out this video right here. It's going to be a great resource, and I'll see you on the next video.